Chad here from Agora Integrative Health, and welcome to another edition of This Week at Agora. So today we're here with Shannon Rosenbaum. Now Shannon, some of you may have talked with her before, maybe have seen her, maybe have sat down with her and went through different schedules or whatnot, but she's our patient care coordinator here at the clinic.
Yep.
And she sees a lot of different people, answering lots of questions. What would you say would be a common question that you would get here at the clinic?
Oh, well, I mean, people call in for all sorts of reasons, but I mean, people are like, can you help me with this? Like, you know, and usually they'll explain their situation with what they've done already, whether it be like conventional medicine or, you know, they're just not getting anywhere. So,
and I would assume they probably give you lots of information about their health that you may not understand at all, but
yeah.
to my understanding, you're kind of like the middle person getting trying to find answers for questions that patients might have.
Yep.
And you would probably, I would think, would you see it, you know, in the middle, talk with the doctors to get information, and then how do you usually communicate back to patients?
Back to the patient. Well, so I'll start with talking with them on the phone, usually.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then, yeah, a lot of things, you know, I just start to learn and remember, obviously, as repetitive things come in. But, you know, I just say, you know, let me ask Chad, our functional rehab specialist.
Sure.
Or Dr. Megan, our functional medicine provider. So whoever it may be, that would make sense to ask.
So not to totally jump the gun here, but like, what's your major role? I guess I should have started with that. What would you say?
So I'm
as a patient care coordinator.
Yeah, so I'm definitely the middleman. I think it's a little different in like a more alternative or holistic health type of clinic rather than a conventional type of clinic, what a patient care coordinator would do. But really similarly, you know, answer calls, answer emails, a lot of new patient inquiries is what I, you know, help with more so.
I would imagine you would get a lot of emails or special phone calls from people that need answers on certain things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, some conversations are very deep as well and very personal, but sometimes I feel really like inspired or motivated after talking with certain people. So it's always very interesting, but I really love to see, you know, hear people out, I guess. Try to find a solution.
Well, and you've been here for about a year and a half. Does that sound right?
Yep, year and a half.
So going on what you just said, why Agora? Why functional medicine? Why is this the place you wanted to end up at?
Yeah, well, I didn't really even know, honestly, I wanted to end up here. I felt like it kind of like I don't know, almost like, I guess you could say the universe or God provided the job for me at the time.
Put you on this path.
It was what I needed,
This kind of work.
Yeah, I have always been kind of a caregiver, need someone to take care of and help. So,
and I know in passing through past your office, I can tell sometimes that you really get into like deep conversation with people with some of the struggles they have with their health, and can you help? And I know when you're kind of in the middle of those conversations, I just kind of like walk by and leave you alone because you're kind of in the middle of it. So but there's some passion there as far as helping people.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're very good at that too.
Thank you.
For sure. And you know, communication is like
key.
A key important thing here at the clinic.
Yes.
Because if communication is diminished or not done properly, what happens?
Yeah, I mean, it just throws everything off. It's like you gotta have solid communication, you know, best that you can. So
when patients are not getting their questions answered, and so I know you and some other gals up front who work very hard can get kind of bombarded by a lot of different things. But
it goes in waves, different times of the year. There's a lot more influx with questions or patients, and then there's some times where it slows down, which is sometimes a nice breather. But it's always very consistent. There's always a lot of patients
What is your
calling in.
Yeah, what you may have touched base on this, but what is your most common question that you might get from a patient?
New patient probably. I mean, just can we help them really, or lab work? Where can I do testing?
Sure.
To figure out more about what's going on. So a lot of testing questions or lab work. So I help to coordinate, getting those things set up, if it's possible. So
Right.
sometimes it's better to just come in first and speak with the provider and then kind of go from there on what kind of testing would be recommended, just to get the test that's
Right for them.
the right fit.
Yeah, and I've worked in functional medicine for quite a long time, and everything is not simple. It's very complex and comprehensive. So
Yep.
it's details, it's communication, very important.
Yep.
Even in the work that I do, I have to communicate. Get out of here, fly. Sorry. I have to be able to communicate certain things to the doctors,
Yeah.
or you.
Yeah.
It depends if they're having a personal injury insurance thing, even though we're more of a cash practice, but
Right.
there's certain things that have to be discussed, or things get missed.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and I mean, fly. We don't take insurance, obviously, so that's a question I get a lot
common,
too.
yeah.
Like, how is there any accommodating there? Which sometimes there is a little wiggle room for insurance coverage with maybe labs or testing, but obviously we're just a cash pay practice, so
Right.
it's more simple
Yeah.
that way.
Sure.
But yeah, that's another question I get is, do we take insurance or that kind of thing? But unfortunately, no. But hopefully healthcare does some changing with their systems where they're able to cover more alternative type services.
Yeah, we can hope. We can hope.
We can hope, because it makes sense if it's helping people,
So we're gonna turn the page here a little bit. So some personal stuff. In your free time, what do you like to do outside the clinic? Still.
I definitely am a outdoorsy person, so
I know you ski or just snowboard.
I do ski. Yeah,
Okay.
I like to ski in the winter, so I'm getting better at that. Going on some bigger trips, which is fun and exciting. So
What's your favorite music?
music, I actually really like reggae and
Very cool.
kind of like jam band stuff,
Yeah.
and some kind of like melancholy, weird grungy music, I guess you could say.
It sounds very chill at times.
Sad girl music.
Sad girl.
Not really, but sort of.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff.
What's your favorite food? Would you say? Type.
I always say sushi is one thing I do like.
Okay.
I'm always down for sushi. Otherwise, I like vegetables, but I just eat them like plain.
Yeah.
Like I like mushrooms and asparagus and
Very
salads if they're exciting
Yeah.
salads.
But you love your sushi though.
I do love sushi, and I love a good like soup.
Okay.
Like homemade soup.
Very cool. Very cool. If you won the lottery, what would you do? I always like this question for certain people.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think about an answer, and then I didn't really put too much thought into it at the same time. But I think I always dreamt of having a hobby farm.
Oh, very cool.
And having some like goats and llamas and cows and chickens.
Live off the earth a little
Lots
bit.
of dogs.
I like
cats. So I'd love to just buy some land and have my family live on the land.
Yeah.
Friends, whoever wants to come.
Yeah.
We can just make our own
We'll
little
be there.
community. Have our own garden.
Exactly.
And take care of all the animals. So if I had like a lot of money, I would ideally love to do that. Save stray animals too.
Awesome. That's very cool.
And I can go on like endless ski trips all over the world, which would be cool.
Back to skiing.
But I would definitely use the money wisely.
Yeah.
As much as possible. But probably just
need to
travel the world.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Very cool.
So,
very cool.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. Right from the mouth of Shannon. So it gives you a little insight on what she does as a patient care coordinator, which is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a wrap for this session with Shannon. Tune in next week for another edition of This Week at One Agora. Thanks for watching.
Bye.